supposed to be done with some work stuff, so that's not good.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Austin, welcome back to Civilization. We had a lot of fun at your expense while you were gone, and also wept quite a bit when we saw Ripple continue to do what Ripple has been doing. Not good, not good. But we have a lot to go over this week because earnings next week. So this is who all is reporting earnings next week. Monday, Tesla. So Kyle, you and I are watching Monday. Tuesday, Microsoft, Starbucks, Alphabet, and AMD. So Microsoft and Starbucks. Wednesday, Boeing, Apple, Ford, Facebook, and an announcement from the Fed. Thursday, Amazon and Skyworks, whatever that is. Friday, a bunch of people report earnings that we really don't care about. But it's going to be a busy week. Volatility all over the place. So, in the spirit of, I guess, optimism that I will not end the month in the red, of all the companies who report earnings this week, who posts the best result? What do we think?
I think Microsoft will be solid. I think Tesla will be solid. So I think an important thing to know about Tesla is people just view it as a car company, but they have a huge product offering. And it's a lot more than cars. It's software, it's batteries. So and they're really working quite hard to expand those other revenue streams. So I think that is going to start playing a big part in their key performance indicators that they report, and it'll be a big driver of their revenue as well.
Okay, so Austin says Microsoft and Tesla. Kyle, what do we think? Who posts the best numbers?
Honestly, I'm not even sure.
What is your gut telling you?
It's got to be a tech company, right? It can't be Starbucks or anything.
I don't think it's Starbucks. I don't think it's Amazon. I think Amazon made a lot of money, but they got also like a lot of bad publicity, I guess, recently. So
I think the problem that I'm looking at with Amazon is that their entire last year was so good in terms of sales that no matter what they post on Thursday, it's going to get compared to last year. And so if they don't find a way to beat one of the best years in Amazon's history, it's not going to be a good result for them, which is a really high bar to clear.
Well, it might just be the second best year. If last year is the best year.
I know, but shareholders sometimes don't care. That's the hard part. Just because you post a good number doesn't mean that your shares go up.
It might when you're Amazon. I mean, it's been pretty safe so far, so like...
You're not wrong.
Who had the least controversy?
Sometimes controversy is good if things that work out in your favor. Like Ripple, for example, they had their lawsuit going on, and it went slightly in their favor, and Tesla's winning now. So
Bad controversy.
Oh my. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is going to sound selfish. I hope Tesla posts the best numbers. To Austin's point,
Tesla?
To Austin's point, they have so many other products that people aren't paying as much attention to. The solar wall stuff, the charging grids, battery technology. There's a lot there. Everybody likes to get stuck on comparing this car to, anybody else who makes an electric car. Instantly, there's a comparison there. Because that's the only benchmark that they have to go off of. And it's really easy to forget that they make a bunch of money from things that have nothing to do with cars, other than the fact that they're also powered by electricity. But outside of that, and I don't think anybody has them in their portfolio currently, the other one that I would be optimistic about would be Alphabet. I think I've been hearing a lot about Google Cloud and the potential revenue numbers coming in from that. So I would not at all be surprised if they absolutely shocked some people and posted a huge number.
Really? People buying Google Cloud services?
I mean, I don't think it's anywhere near some of the other companies, but for them, it's momentum.
It's AWS, Google, and Microsoft, so I mean, they have to be punching above Microsoft's weight to be optimistic, right? Because they're not going to be outpacing AWS.
No.
Right?
No.
So.
I use Google services a lot, so I have an Android phone here in Indonesia, and I mean, I back up all my photos to the Google Cloud. I back up all my contacts to the Google Cloud, and just over the last few months, they're starting to limit the amount you can upload, and they're basically monetizing it now. So if you go over 15 gigabytes, you have to start paying a monthly service similar to what Apple does with their cloud.
Well, they've rolled out a bunch of new business services for that too.
Yeah, so it's just millions of people that are going to be paying $1.99 a month now.
Well, are you going to pay? So you're going to?
No, I have under 15 gigabytes of.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess how many people do you think fall into the paid tier of usage?
I have just just like a small sample size. A lot of my friends who use Apple Cloud have 30,000 pictures, 20,000 pictures, a lot of videos, and I imagine there's a lot of people that are just like them that take selfies all day long and just save them.
Do it for the gram, Austin. Do it for the gram.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so some amount of consensus as far as who posts the best numbers. Who posts the worst numbers?
AMD.
You think the chip shortage is going to get them?
Well, I mean, I just don't think that the demand is there for them right now. So maybe that they come in at estimate or below, but it's not going to be anything exciting.
Okay. Kyle, who posts the worst numbers?
Of any of the options that you listed, or just any company in general?
No, so any of the ones who report earnings this week. So I'll recap them real fast because I know that we've talked through quite a few of them. You've got Tesla, Alphabet, Microsoft, Starbucks, AMD, Boeing, Apple, Ford, Facebook, Amazon, Skyworks, and then on Friday you've got ExxonMobil, Chevron, the Clorox Company, and Colgate-Palmolive. So for our interest, it's mostly Monday through Thursday. The Friday stuff, whatever.
Oh boy.
Does anyone use Facebook anymore?
I don't.
I mean, based off of my own personal vendetta from the grief they caused me at my day job, I would love for Facebook to post the worst numbers of everybody. That would bring me so much joy.
No one likes Facebook.
You don't like it, but you're stuck to it.
Dude, I hate Facebook.
Are you like? I mean, like, okay, they have like the data that they already like have from you, but like, does anyone use it to get like? Are they getting more? Does that make
well, no.
sense?
So
like,
the problem is that
their Messenger anymore. No one wants to like post their stuff on there anymore.
Wait, why are people not using the Messenger? I mean, I've never liked the Messenger, so
Because it's just like it's not secure, and like people are like aware that it's. I mean, like it's never been secure really, but like people are just aware of the fact that it's very not secure.
The only Facebook thing that I use now, well, I guess Instagram is technically Facebook, right?
Yep.
But besides that, it's the marketplace is so like, oh man, I hate when people are using it. But like, come on, man, can we go back to the Craigslist days, please?
honestly, the biggest problem that I see with people in Facebook is that you don't have to like it, but by volume, everybody is still on it.
Yeah.
And so until there's another social network outside of that umbrella that everybody is on, you're going to be stuck.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know enough to say.
That's why I'm asking for your gut call. I'm not asking you to know anything. I'm asking you to give me a hot take.
Is Ford selling a bunch of trucks right now?
I don't think so. Are people buying cars right now? Like,
I was gonna buy a car, in the last year, and after COVID, I was like, I don't commute to work.
People are like, oh, there's great like financing options right now, but I'm like, also you don't drive anywhere.
Yeah, I guess it's like, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like trying to take advantage of cars being, I guess, cheaper right now, or I might not ever need it in the way that I ever envisioned it. I mean, like, my job now is remote.
Yeah.
Like, indefinitely. So it's like, do I need a more fuel efficient car if I drive it like only like a couple miles like every day?
You buy like the most fuel inefficient truck in the world possible.
Nice, dude. I need to show everyone how secure I am in my gas efficiency.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what I do, driving in my Tacoma.
Yeah, dude.
So I think the only thing with Ford, so I'm inclined to agree with you. I think Ford potentially could be the one that posts a bad number. The only thing that makes me slightly nervous is early Bronco sales have been extremely hot.
Yeah.
And the things I'm seeing about the Mach-E is that people really like that too. But I don't know how many of them have sold offhand.
Really?
I've actually seen 3 or 4 of them.
They look quite nice. I mean, I obviously don't make enough money to buy one, but they look cool.
Yeah.
3 or 4 new ones, like in your neighborhood, or like
not
just
my neighborhood, just
just
out and about, just driving through Bellevue or whatever.
Yeah. The other one though, and I feel a little bit more strongly about this one. I feel like Boeing is potentially in a difficult spot to report on Wednesday.
I think so too.
Because they're still having issues getting planes off the ground, which is never good. But they're banking on the recovery of American travel, and while a bunch of airlines have opened up more seats, and while they are running more flights, we're nowhere near, like, open to the level that Boeing would need it to be in order to get new plane orders coming back in and in order to drive a huge number for the quarter. Like, some of this reopening is in the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The entire rest of the quarter, you still had massive amounts of issues that you had to deal with. So, that's the one that I would have my eye on as being nervous about. Long term, I think there's a ton of upside. Wednesday just may not be a very good day.
Yeah, I guess gut call in the initial list was like Boeing kind of came up with one of them. I guess can we run through them one more time?
Yeah, so Monday you have Tesla. Tuesday you have Alphabet, Microsoft, Starbucks, and AMD. Wednesday you have Boeing, Apple, Ford, Facebook, and then a note from the Fed or some type of report. And then Thursday is Amazon and all the other companies that we really don't care about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess rattling off that first list, Boeing is the initial one. Starbucks maybe another, but I feel like if people are going out now.
Well, and I feel like their international sales are trending in the right direction. Even domestically, if they have problems, there's enough other markets that they're in that they could post big numbers.
Places got to open up. And honestly, I know a lot of people who still got coffee to go. So
yep. I mean, you've got the drive-through. Their mobile app is fantastic. I think the brick-and-mortar side of it for them is really... I don't want to say inconsequential, but they're in a place where they can do very well without it.
Yeah, they could just have centers that just make coffee that just have massive drive-through lanes.
Yeah.
And delivery.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so general consensus, we think Tesla and Microsoft and potentially Alphabet post some big numbers. We're worried about Facebook, Ford, and Boeing. But yeah, should be a very, very interesting week to end the month of April. Lots of potential hierarchy-altering moves, which gets us into our weekly status check. Austin, I know that Ripple is responsible for a massive amount of your success of late. But I also want your take, or I should say your outlook on it moving forward, because it's back down to $1.05 from $1.97.
Well, I mean, I paid 50 cents.
Well, I know you did, but...
Do you think it's going to get back up to $2 though?
Yeah, that's my question. Is it going to break that ceiling?
Talking about when it first spiked up, we were we didn't even know why you were not reachable. So we were like, does he know that it's $2? We were like, I don't. I was like, has anyone talked to him? Is he aware that he's winning right now?
Oh, I've been aware. I've been well aware. Well, I think when Bitcoin had its run in 2018, 2017 or something like that. It was like a year run, and it went up to like 20,000, 25,000, and then it just plateaued for like 2 years. And then just as of a few months ago, or I guess maybe even 5 or 6 months ago, it kind of started picking up steam again. So I think there's going to be a huge drop off, like just in general with cryptocurrencies. They're going to drop 40, 50, maybe even 60%, and they're just going to plateau again, and then pick up steam in maybe a year or two's time. That's my assumption.
So you're willing to deal with the sell-off and a year-long plateau for the upside that exists on the other side of that?
Well, even though that it dropped so much, I'm still up 85%.
Well, yeah, you're not hurting. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
I guess we were just wondering if you thought it would like go above $2 during this competition.
I don't think so. I think
No.
during this competition.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
She might have potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But anyways, what's everybody's all-time performance?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still at 15.3, so I'm in a really good spot. This month has just been awful.
I see. I'm at 26%.
Yeah, we know.
Really wanted to get that out there. I'm sitting at a 9.5%.
Alright.
Let me go see. I'm almost even again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm down in the single digits now.
All right.
We down 9%. It was actually getting closer to 5% at the start of this month. Not great month. Not a great month for me overall. So it was got a little bit further away, but we're still in the single digits. We got back to the double digits there for a little bit. It was rough, but we're back in the single digits.
Nice.
Very good.
So on the fringe crypto conversation, did you all see the story this last week about the guy who put $180,000 into Dogecoin and then became a millionaire after the little Doge Day rally thing?
Oh yeah. Did he actualize his Doge gains?
No, he was gonna hold them. Which honestly,
right now?
I'm sorry, I think that's dumb. But it's just, I understand the appeal. Everybody wants to be an overnight millionaire. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be an overnight millionaire. But if you put $180,000 into something that started as a joke, eventually this is gonna burn somebody. Like, there's no way that this does not absolutely bite somebody in the ass at some point.
Is that like, do we have a backstory? Like, was it like his life savings?
It was his life savings, and he credits it to Reddit and Twitter that he bought Doge.
Okay, man, I don't know.
The same thing with Jimmy.
That takes balls. That man has huge balls.
Yeah.
Man, there's the line between, I guess, bravery and stupidity is it works, right? Like, so.
Extremely fine line, though.
I mean, there's.
Not even any
Sometimes you bet on black and you hit, man. Sometimes it works.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's good. It was a good idea, but plus, like, I don't know, like, on a large social media platform, if a lot of people are showing interest, like, maybe you do think that at least in the short term, there's enough interest there to draw value out of this.
well, and I think to me that's the most compelling story here, is that there is now enough interest on social media platforms around some of these coins that nothing else matters. If you're able to effectively gauge the demand for them, again, you can become an overnight millionaire. The question is, do you get out at the right time, and do you pick the right coin?
Well, I mean, I think that makes sense, though, especially for what is essentially supposed to be a currency, right? Because these currencies they're not tied to, like, gold or any standard or anything.
No.
The value is what people believe that they're worth. So, especially for a currency, it's how much interest is there in holding and using this currency, I guess. So.
But see, that's this is where I don't know if I can agree with you, because I don't honestly believe that people who buy Doge ever want to use it for a damn thing. There's no way. They buy it because they think it's going to be worth more because somebody thinks it's funny or it's a crypto that they can afford to buy or whatever.
That's right. It's got enough value. It has enough interest. People are like, that's like its only value is the interest that like people have in it. That's what I'm saying. As a currency, like there is literally nothing else to use it for, except you find it interesting, so you buy it. You know, maybe it's useful. If enough people also find it interesting, like you do, it's useful. That's the whole point of the currency.
I don't know, man. I just have a hard time with it.
It feels wrong to you because you know it's the open trading of a scam, essentially. It's an idea. It's just like, you know, it's like we're all agreeing that this isn't worth really anything. We're just sending it to each other for increasing amounts of money, and someone somewhere is going to be stuck holding the last bag of money. But that's not my problem until it becomes or everyone just agrees and we somehow all adopt using this and no one gets stuck holding. Either everyone ends up holding a bag and we're all okay, or one person is holding a very, very big bag.
Well, so that was the other thing. I saw something and I don't remember the number now. Let me see if I can find it. The number of people who owned Doge before this rally started was actually not that many.
Do you think it's just a lot of big movement?
Well, yeah, so they were saying that a lot of it was in the hands of like a handful of whales.
Yeah, like I read that 20% of all Dogecoin is held by one address. And then the top 10 addresses, the top 10 holders own like 50%.
Okay, so 100 people. 100 people control all of Doge's $46 billion market cap. As of early last week. 100 people.
I can't believe that to be true, because I know people just random friends and people who own Doge before. But before this was a thing, they just had passing interest in cryptocurrency and Doge. It's just a joke.
Well, yeah, so it can't be everybody, because I'm sure there's lots of people who own 1 or 2 or 10 or whatever, right? But But if you're only ever worried about 100 people, that's a serious problem to me. I know, you've already made your point. It's the perception of value and the demand on the Reddit thread. I get it.
100 people are really good at manipulating Reddit to do what they want, then I guess they're making a fuck ton of money. I mean, very possible. Just if so, I hope the coin is still interesting while you're trading it, if you are not one of those 100 people.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like what you'd have to do is put $100 into every coin you could possibly get your hands on, and hope that one of them does something.
Well, that's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Do you just start pumping, quote unquote, shit coins, and see does one of them hit?
See what happens.
And become worth 5,000% of its original value.
I mean, it's happened several times.
So, I mean, like you said, it happens once a week. You've been saying.
Well, so
you probably wouldn't be able to do it on Investor, because Investor only tracks a few. But
yeah, I mean, we've got access to 1, 2, 3. I mean, you've got maybe 10 coins on here. As my dog crinkles around in the background. Hey, sit down. Oh, stop it.
Dog cam.
No, she's too small. She won't fit on the camera. But yeah, every single one of them, with the exception of Dash, is currently in the red for the week.
Well, I saw that in general there was a pretty big dip at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Bitcoin fell back down 48,000.
It's at 50,000 right now, but considering the run that it has been on for the last couple of months, that feels really bad. But I mean,
it was around it was holding around 56, 57 before, I think, or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was hovering between 57 and 60.
Yeah.
But
I guess, hey, maybe you could make more money right now, Jordan.
Buy the dip again. Austin, last week I liquidated my position in Target and used half of it to buy some Ethereum and half of it to buy a commercial metals recycling company that's very ESG friendly. And so I thought if I bought the dip a little bit, then I would be in good shape. I was going to sell some Bitcoin too and diversify that even more. But by the time I got around to finishing my list of which coins I wanted to buy, Bitcoin crashed overnight, and so I couldn't do it anymore.
I see.
I should say I could have, but I was unwilling to give up the gains that I had lost to diversify my crypto portfolio.
I see.
So it's very sad. It's very sad.
Happens.
It does. It does. All time, though, I'm still up 40% on Alaska Airlines, so that's been good to me.
That's a good one.
DraftKings was doing really well, too, but it's had a rough month. It's down to like 6% all time now.
Really?
Yeah. Pro tip, though, and again, the disclaimer at the beginning of this video says that this is not investment advice. This is not investment advice. In real life, I would seriously consider buying DraftKings. I think the future of sports betting in the U.S. is extremely bright, and the fact that it's as cheap as it is right now, to me, is honestly a little surprising.
What are its competitors? FanDuel?
So you've got FanDuel, you've got like BetMGM stuff, and then pretty much anybody who manufactures actual slot machines will also have some type of sports book. So Bally Scientific Games has, I think they sell technology to 5 or 6 different companies for theirs. But yeah, there's at least half a dozen of them.
How does I see Barstool has its own betting app now. How does that work? Do they
Barstool has a partner. I don't remember who it is.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Do they partner with someone and basically just provide a front end for their service?
So Barstool is now under the Penn National Gaming umbrella. So
some sort of casino thing.
Yeah, so Penn National is a gaming conglomerate. And I'm trying to remember who Penn National uses for their sports book.
Do you use DraftKings or anything at all, Jordan? Yourself?
I mean, technically in Washington State right now you can't.
Oh, that's right. I mean, you can play, just not for money, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bet in Washington right now, if you want to do it, the only way you can is to go to Vegas, or do it illegally. Obviously, but there's legislation moving through right now that the tribes in Washington will hopefully be able to start offering it as soon as this fall or early next year.
Would you participate in sports betting?
I would if it was legal, yes. I think it'd be super fun. I've always had an interest in that kind of stuff, but when you can't do it legally, it's kind of hard. You get tired of window shopping, I guess, is the way that I would describe it. You see lots of bets that look fun, and you see lots of things you would like to get in on, but you can't. And so eventually you just get annoyed, and you watch the sports, but you don't pay attention to the lines or anything anymore, because it doesn't do you any good.
I see.
But, yeah. Anyway, all-time 15.3. I have to find a way to catch up to Austin now, which is annoying, but that's okay. My major concern right now is, can I find a way in the last 5 days of the month to not be in last? That is the real question. I am at negative 1.92. So I would effectively need to double that up and have Kyle do nothing, and we would be about tied.
Which is, I mean, like, honestly, fairly doable, depending on how... I don't know how big your position in Bitcoin is now, but considering that it could...
It got oversized. Honestly, I think part of the reason why this month has been so bad is I did not diligently rebalance my portfolio. And so I was way overexposed to Bitcoin, which obviously when it does well is fantastic. But when it does poorly, you have a serious problem. So, pro tip, learn how to rebalance your portfolio. Do it often. But yeah, I think there's potential for a lot of movement this week just because of all the earnings that we were talking about earlier. I'm hopeful, regardless of the outcome, that this week will at least be wildly entertaining for all of us to watch. That's my hope. But again, since we've had so much fun with our public opinion polls tonight, how many of you think that I finished this month in last?
I'm going to say yes, because I don't want to finish last, so yes.
I'm hoping nothing in my portfolio tanks me the whatever, how many percent. But like I have confidence that you can get over 0%, like into the positive.
Okay.
I don't know that Kyle.
I do want everyone to end in the positives. I would be. Yeah.
This would be the first time that everybody ends in the green if I can pull it off.
We haven't done it yet. So.
We have not.
Yeah.
The person has taken the hit every month.
I'm pulling for you to be like positive, but at the same time, I don't know that Kyle and I are gonna move.
Yeah, I want you to be like 0.5%. That would be okay with me.
Okay, so you're all still thinking that I will finish in last. You're just hoping I have a good enough week that the number is not negative.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can respect that. I mean, this is a competition, so that's fair.
I think at least the three of us need to share the opportunity to share your money.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't win all the time. I suppose that's
Someone
fair.
else can pay. Doesn't look like Austin's gonna pay this month. So.
No, he's not. Somebody's gonna send beer money. The question is who.
How many beers can you get in Indonesia for $15, Austin?
For $15?
Yeah.
Like 6 beers, 7 beers. It's about like at the grocery store, you're paying like $1.50, almost $2.
Must be nice.
It's quite expensive here. There's a huge tax on alcohol. Yeah.
That'll do it.
So you can adjust his winnings to $1.50, whoever loses. $2 if he gets first, because we're saying goodbye nice one, right?
Take into account the exchange rate, yep. Good call. Good call. Alrighty, guys. Any closing thoughts for the week? Hot takes? End of month moves? Anything?
Hot takes? Probably not. I guess I'm hoping that Boeing doesn't pose the worst earnings of the week. That actually might push me into the negative, so that could be bad.
Are you the only one
on the Wednesday? I think I'm the only one who owns with Boeing right now.
He is. Gonna be interesting. The Microsoft and Apple ones obviously aren't of... I don't want to say they're not of tremendous consequence because I think we all own them. But obviously we're all impacted the same, give or take. So...
Yeah, we all own at least one of them. I don't know if anyone owns both of them, but we all own at least one.
I own both of them. I think at one point Austin did too. I don't remember if he does anymore.
Own what?
Microsoft and Apple?
Yeah, he does. So Austin and I own both of them. Each of you own, I think, one.
I just have Apple.
I just have Microsoft. I sold
Yeah,
Apple.
okay.
I had both at one point, and I sold Apple.
Gonna be interesting.
What I decided to do with it. I think I invested it in might have been Shopify or Boeing.
Didn't you have Ripple at some point too? How are you not rich?
I did. I sold it. I sold it before it went up to $2.
Oh no!
Like, that all happened in the space of like a day. So
that is true. That is true. We make it sound like it was this big giant thing, and really it's like the last week.
In the middle of like this huge run, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell off here. It's like, more not too bad. I made actually good money. It kept me from having a negative week month the second month.
There you go. All right.
I think that was the only reason why I think I didn't lose the second month too. But I think I sold it at like, it got up to like 60 something cents, or not 60. It got up to like it might have been like 60 something cents, and then I sold it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Oh.
Like, it got up to 60, and then it started dropping back below 50. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna sell it here. Like, I made some good money off of it, and then I think I invested that money into. Might have been Tesla. Might have been more Tesla. Which might not have been a good idea, but whatever.
I mean, you probably bought the dip. Tesla's had a very interesting couple of months, so.
Well, it was a month ago. I think they've lost more money than this month. So. Yeah, it was a dip, but the dip is still going, so, you know.
You're still dollar cost averaging. It's just a little bit more long term, that's all.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Tesla is actually up this month almost 10%.
This month? Oh, nice.
Yeah. Overall, though, I'm still down like 10.5. So.
Oh, yeah.
So, if they post a really, really big number, not tomorrow, if they post a really, really big number on Monday, maybe we finally get in the green. That would have to be a massive number, though. Like 10.5% on a single earnings report. Austin, how big would that number have to be for them to jump 10.5% on one earnings report? He's muted.
It would be different for each company, but I mean, for like a tech company, for example, you know, it would have to be like huge unexpected user growth, something like that.
Okay.
It really depends. Unlike the big like Microsofts and Apples and Boeings, you're most likely not going to get that.
No. I'm just trying to think how many cars would they have to deliver or how many power walls would they have to sell in order to post a number that big. But
no, they're just gonna announce his new product.
I'm sure they'll have something for that too. I saw a rumor the other day that they were working on a camper to go along with the Cybertruck, and I was like, oh boy, here we go.
It's gonna be a video presentation of the first human demo of his AI thing, human AI thing, and then at the end of the demo, he'll flash his earnings report and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way."
It's gonna be a hijacked Neuralink presentation.
Yeah.
Oh no, how did that site get in there?
Oh my
Now
goodness.
that I fulfilled my federal requirements, Neuralink.
Oh my. Well, it's going to be a wild week. I, for one, am excited to see it. Fingers crossed that I don't finish last, but I suppose a consolation prize. If we all finish in the green, that'll be good enough. So, alrighty, guys. Good luck this week. Enjoy the wild ride, and I'll talk to you again soon.
All right. See you.
Later.
See you guys.